I've been working with high-performing teams now for over 25 years, and in my experience, I believe there are 4 key elements that need to be addressed if high performance within a team is going to be achieved. The first of these is the relationship between the team leader and the team. The team needs to know exactly what the leader wants of them, and the leader needs to know what the team need from him. Now, that might sound obvious, but my experience is that level of communication very rarely exists. And that's not helped by the Western culture, in which people are a little bit afraid or a little bit reticent to ask for clarification when they don't understand. Or people get nervous when the leader actually asks them to give them feedback on what they have been asked to do. But that level of knowledge is absolutely essential. So the first aspect is the relationship between the team leader and the team. The second aspect is what has become known as leveraging the wisdom of the team. And to do this, there are 2 elements that we need to focus on. The first is achieving real diversity within the team. Now, we are all used to talking about religious, ethnic, racial and gender diversity, and that's fantastic, and that's needed. But also what I'm talking about is diversity of personality. If you remember my first point about developing the relationship between the leader and the team, in my experience what happens quite often is a leader will recruit people to his team that are an image of himself. And that can lead to a really harmonious working relationship, and the team can have a lot of fun. But the decisions that team makes will always be one-dimensional, and real high performance can only be achieved when there is a range of personalities with it working within the team. The second element when leveraging the wisdom of a team is to create space for the lone voice to be heard. It's all too easy for the majority of the team to be heading off in one direction, and for the person who has a different view, the view, frankly, that might be the right view, to be drowned out and not to feel comfortable in speaking out. In a high-performing team, that can't be allowed to happen, and so there must be space and a culture where the individual person can speak and have their voice heard. The third aspect of creating really high performance is actually how does the team deal with dissension? Because if we have a diverse team, if we have a team where the individual can speak out, we will undoubtedly have dissension. And that's brilliant, because to achieve high performance, we don't want a team that agrees with itself all the time. We want heated, passionate debate. We want arguments that rage about how things should be achieved. Many teams try to stifle that debate and stifle that passion. And when arguments happen, leaders try to quell the arguments. They try to gloss over what the differences are. But to achieve high performance, a leader must deal with that in a much more productive way. And that takes me back to my first point about the relationship between the team leader and the team. So this third point is how is dissension dealt with? Finally, the fourth aspect of achieving high performance is about accountability. And that's accountability for every team member to do what they say they will do, and for the team as a whole not to tolerate either poor behaviour or poor results, or people making excuses about why they haven't done what they said they would do. So to recap, the 4 areas that are essential for achieving high performance is first, the relationship between the team and the team leader. Second, it's about leveraging the wisdom of the team by creating diversity and the space for the lone voice to be heard. Third, it's about dealing with dissension. And finally, it's about the accountability of the team and all members within the team.